guess what? It's the beginning of the month. It's November, and as it's the beginning of the month, it means it's time to tax something. And that something, as it's got an MOT, is going to be the Alfa. Haven't driven it in quite a while actually, but the Alfa has got a flat battery. We had a flat battery when I parked it 2 months ago. It's got a flat battery now. Nothing's improved. So my challenge today is, can I find enough bits of scrap metal around the house to weigh in and buy myself a new battery for this car? Let's go scavenging. Hopefully we'll be needing a bit more space than that. Well, first thing to pay is going to be this battery. It's dead anyway. You can help pay for its own replacement. That's first up. Next up, we've got the battery that came out of the Hyundai. I may well have accidentally given away the Mercedes battery, but at least I can get a couple of quid back for, or a few pennies back for the one that came out the car. Now this lot may look like a bunch of frightening junk, but this is all just scrap metal. As I've been using it in the garage, I've been kind of accumulating it. So here we have the extremely heavy straps from the tow bar of the Mercedes. Got several of these welding gas canisters, an extremely dangerous 1980s hot plate, no idea where that came from, windscreen wipers off the Hyundai, there's more to come, more empty cans, bits of wiring, old coil from the Mercedes, some floor from the Mercedes, more windscreen wipers, more of the Mercedes fuel system and tow bar, lots of offcuts of metal and the thermostat out the Rover, amongst many other things, just more bits of metal, old fuel filter off the Merc, lithium battery, some plumbing and more Mercedes. And we have more interesting stuff. We have a suspension bolt from the Tomcat. We've got bits of the oil pump from the Rover V8. We've got fuel injectors from the Mercedes. We've got boot struts from the Alfa. Even have the large key I found in the ashtray of the Hyundai. Well, been waiting to skip this ever since it rusted off at the bottom and fell over. These bits of Mondeo have been in the shed and on eBay for about a year now. No one's paid any interest, so they can go. I just found a couple more kilos of bonus scrap. I was putting the recycling out and I'd forgotten that when I was going to throw some bits and pieces away, I'd stashed them away for just an occasion such as this. Have a look at this stuff. The old kitchen mixer, that's mostly metal in there, copper. More copper. Changed the power shower pump a while back. This is of a good 2 or 3 kilos. Another lithium battery from something. Sieves, only a few grams, but it all adds up. Whisk. And this big old heavy duty skillet. That's got to be another kilo there. Oh, we are well on the way to a new battery for the Alfa now. Now, I'm back in the garage again because last night I was in here looking for something else and I've noticed this green box which has been in here for, well, since I moved in like 15 years ago, and it was just filled with old plastic bags, this old metal toolbox which is like my first toolbox from when I first got a car when I was 17, and I thought, wonder what's in here, and I started emptying it and I found, well, some Superflex poly bushes which I'm not quite sure where they're from. I'm going to have to Google this number and figure out. I think they're bump stops off the P6 actually. And this is really exciting. This is definitely not going to get weighed in. I believe this is a ball joint, again from a P6. And these are virtually unobtainable now. So I'll double check the part number on the box, but again, I'm fairly certain that's Rover 2000. So quite valuable, useful stuff. Also, a couple of fuel filler necks for some reason. Which I'm not going to weigh in because I'll send them back to Mark Gray or someone because he can probably have them re-chromed. A door lock with keys, which if anyone wants one, message me. But way more excitingly, some wire, more wire, and very old and probably quite dangerous lamp, and quite a heavy hanger TV on the wall bracket, which I'm never going to use. So that's more for the pile. More, yeah, more. There's always more stuff. A check strap, broken I should say, door check strap from a Rover P6. A guard, oops, a safety guard from a grinder. That same grinder which looks unbelievably dangerous. I think I'll say goodbye to that. And I was just looking in this box here, and this, Fast Car. I used to work at Fast Car back in the early noughties, and Redline later on. So I've probably got some work in these from many years ago. I don't know if you can make that or not. Passed electrical safety test 1996. Well, guess what? It's failed in 2019. Something else I just found. It's tucked away in the back of the garage for next time I go to the tip for the small electricals. Was never going to happen until I get enough oil changes that I can't physically get in the garage for bottles of used engine oil I've got to go and take to the tip. An old TV. Can't weigh an old TV, but check out the... I'm thinking, why is this TV so heavy? Check out this back of it. It's like cast aluminium. It weighs an absolute ton. And also I've got 2 power supply units as well, which are yet more copper. So let's break this thing off. Oh, that's weird. Damn. Weird fixings. Damn it. I find a weird screwdriver. It's a Torx screwdriver. Lucky I've got this little set of loads of things I picked up in Halford a while ago because it was on cheap basically, and it looked useful, and it has been incredibly handy indeed. So it's a Torx T10 if you ever happen to be dismantling an early noughties Philips TV. You're going to need a Torx T10 to get the big metal bracket off the back. Yeah, that's a decent amount of metal there. I can go in the pile as well. In fact, I wonder how much more metal I can get at the back of this TV. This hasn't been turned on in a couple of years, so I'm not too worried about capacitors or power supplies or that kind of thing. This was quite a good TV once. Built-in FM radio, stereo speakers. There, metal. I'll have some of that. Might save the speakers as well. Could be worth something. In fact, there's even dozens of screws in this thing. The more of these screws I take out, the more of these I can weigh in as well. Well, quite a lot more metal there. I might just keep these speakers. You never know when a speaker's going to come in handy. Okay, before I wasn't hoarding. Now I'm cutting a speaker out of this. I actually am hoarding. I mean, you never know when a speaker that shape might be useful for something. And one more thing. My brief Columbo moment. Google it, kids. Fluorescent light tube fitting. I've been saving this for I don't know how long, but with LED lights everywhere now, I'm never going to use that. And it's old and horrible and skanky, so bye-bye. Bye-bye. Do I want the old camshaft out of the 4.6, the original one, even though it's rusty? Am I ever going to make this into a table lamp? Probably not. And that's another kilo of steel there. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Looking at all this lot in the boot, I did have a moment of self-doubt perhaps. Am I normal? Does everyone have this level of steel and aluminium and copper just sitting around in their houses waiting to be binned? Or am I in some way unique? Yeah, I think it's pretty normal. This is standard. Most people, everyone's got this level of just junk in their garages. This isn't just me, is it? If you're new to the channel, you might not have seen the lock-up where the white Rover lives before. In this little corner here, we have a large car battery with a large inverter, and over there we've got a light. This is also quite handy because this is a boot-mounted battery in this car, so I can occasionally run a top-up charger or a battery conditioner off the system. Now, when I first mentioned this on the channel about a year ago, some guy was massively rude about that, saying I was all kinds of idiot for taking power from that battery via an inverter down to 12 volts and into that. But it's not stupid. A battery conditioner conditions. It doesn't just jolt the battery with full force. Anyway, enough of that. I just thought I'd pop down here to see if there's anything else worth scavenging. There probably isn't. There is a full red interior for an R50 Y-Reg Mini. I just want to change one door card on my car, then I'll sell the whole lot of this. I just haven't got around to doing that. Boxes for my nice 18-inch wheels on the Merc, winter wheels for the Merc, and a Sinclair C5, which at some point will get all new electronics. It's missing its motor and its control box and some of its steering linkage, so that will at some point feature on the channel. If you've never seen a Sinclair C5 before, you are in for an absolute treat when this thing rolls again. But here in the corner, I've got an awful lot of 4.6 litre Rover V8. But I don't think any of it is for scrap, but I will have a quick poke through. Here's something I actually do want to take back with me. This is the rockers and push rods from the 4.6 litre V8, which are about to be fitted in, so that may well be the next video if I bother to get that done tonight or tomorrow morning. Here is a choice. I've got the 4.6 litre GEMS fuel injection that came from the Range Rover engine, and below that I have the 3.5 litre SU carburettors, both on their respective inlet manifolds, both of which will happily bolt straight on. Do I go carburettors? Do I go fuel injection? I think I'll just initially go with carburettors just to get the thing running and then figure out how to make injection work, because that needs about £1,000 worth of management to make that run. But that's for the future. Everything there is potentially useful, so I think I'll keep it all for now. Bits I'm going to need when I rebuild the car. Even a spare front wing for this car, because that one's a little bit rotten, but that's not quite the right shade of white. Well, I just unloaded and I got £8.90! Well, okay, it looked a lot in the boot, but reality, it looked very small on the scale on the weighbridge. So, yeah. Well, that puts us about halfway to a new battery, though. Let's go get one. What, you didn't think I was going to buy a new one, did you? Hooray! So there we have one running Alfa. Now to go put some tax on it and go for a drive. By the way, if you're interested, I weighed in 13 kilos of FB, which I think is, which one's FB? That was £5.20. I weighed in 40 kilos of FF, which is, which one's FF, which one's FB? One's ferrous, one's non-ferrous. Scrapyard batteries go for between 50 and 25 quid at the place I tend to go to, and ones for this kind of car, 2 litre petrol, about £20. And the one I've got is a virtually brand new Halfords 4-year one, so I'm happy with that. Right, I'll see you in this car very soon. Not personally in this car, I'll see a video in this car, well, you know, stuff. See you later.